Well, I was talking to my brother-in-law yesterday, Ricardo. I don't know if you know him or not, but he's super fit, good-looking, health freak, and like yourself. And he was saying that your gut biome changes depending on what you give it. So if you eat a lot of sugar, you crave it because your gut bacteria is craving it, and then as soon as you get off of that for a certain number of weeks, that you'll actually stop craving it because your gut bacteria changes.
He's absolutely right. We see that. The gut bacteria, and you're talking about hormones. We didn't talk about cell signaling from the gut. Oh my gosh, it's huge. And it took me so long to understand that because it didn't make sense. It doesn't make sense how the gut bacteria.
Yeah. It still doesn't make sense to me.
It doesn't.
Well,
I know. I mean,
it
doesn't. But the more you study it, the more you see it, the more you'll believe it.
They call that your second brain.
Right.
So when did you make the connection that the gut was so important?
Okay, so all those courses that I was taking like 20 years ago, and they would be talking about the gut. I'm going like, I don't care. I want to do something. I don't want to fix some bacteria in the gut. That makes no sense at all. And I started studying it. You take care of patients. You see their gut biome, as you were talking about. Biome just means what bacteria you have in it, good bacteria, bad bacteria. And you want more good. And the good bacteria starts signaling the body good hormones. I know it sounds so strange, but you can see it, and you see it with patients. And so many people have abnormal gut. So GERD, reflux, huge. So it'll be on medicine, Nexium or something like that, Prilosec. And then they've got what we call IBS, diarrhea, constipation, these kind of things. These are very common. That's about the second. Remember in the book I said that's about the second thing in the book.
Wow.
So these type conditions are very, especially in the United States, they're very common. So we end up trying to balance that quite a bit. And it is taking patients off inflammatory foods. And it can be different for people. You can become allergic or sensitive to certain foods. The most common is gluten, by the way. Next is milk. Next is probably eggs. Okay, and then you can have a varied other groups of things that you can become sensitive to, and then start growing good gut bacteria. They've studied, they've found men buried in ice, probably about 10,000 years old. Okay, and they're able to get the DNA from their gut bacteria. They said that people back then were so strong bacteria-wise, their gut bacteria, that they could eat anything. They could eat grub worms and nuts or bark or tree bark and roots and things, and I don't recommend that, but I'm just saying that's not the reason you want to do it.
Yeah.
But they didn't have problems. They did not have gastrointestinal problems. If you look at third world countries, they don't have gastrointestinal problems. They don't have Crohn's disease. They don't have IBS. They don't have any of that. We're actually getting the gut. This is going to sound gross, but we're getting gut bacteria from the stools of third world country people, and we're putting it into people here. Now, no, you're going to have to look that one up, but that is for sure. If you want to have a real realization there, Ryan, that's something. And they're actually doing. I refer up to Mayo Clinic, one of the top gastroenterologists in the world, is doing that right now.